please, we're going to go ahead and get started. And we have two speakers, two wonderful speakers this morning that will be giving us some wonderful information. Again, I would like to just welcome you all and thank you all for taking time out of your busy, busy schedules to be here with us this morning. And before we actually get started, I see just a few faces in the crowd. My name is Lenola Wyatt, Biyama Lenola Wyatt, and and I am a coordinator for Impact Lufkin. I also teach at Stephen F. Austin State University, and I am just so thrilled to be in this capacity right now and being here to do the work here in Wards 1 and Wards 2. And we could not do what we do if it were not for you. And I would just like to tell you, which I know you know, we don't send out any invitations to come to this meeting. It's just open to whomever that is wanting to come. So we appreciate week after week after week the different faces that we see. And we're hoping, and then those of you who may have events or programs that will be coming up, then we're any new folks here that, thank you.
Good morning to each of you. My name is Latanya Sanders, and I represent East Texas Food Bank on this level. And what I do with East Texas Food Bank is I cover 9 counties in our southern region, and I assist people in signing up for SNAP, which used to be known as food stamps, as well as the Medicare Savings Plan and TANF and things of that nature. So I try to go out to the different food pantries.
Program, which was mentioned just a minute ago. And we've received approval on one of those. The other one is still pending on eligibility and financial eligibility information for the owner. But we'll start on our third house here in the next week or so, 2 weeks, and then hopefully on our fourth house soon thereafter.
Okay, great, wonderful. Anyone else?
We have been soliciting ads, and we're selling tickets. The tickets are $30, and the tables are $300 for with an endowment plan for students that are that want to participate in the medical field.
Okay. That is awesome. All righty. Anyone else? Okay. And we're happy to have Mr. Wynn here with us this morning, the Executive Director of Temple Foundation. We're always happy to have the money in our midst, right? We're talking about you. So at this particular time, we're going to go ahead without further ado. We have our speakers today. We have the distinguished Mr. Mike Eckridge from the City Parks and Recreation. And he will be our first speaker, and then it will be followed by Ms. Carla Height from the United Way. All right? You're on, Mr. Eckridge.
Do I come out there?
Oh, yeah, come on out here.
My name's Mike Eckridge. I'm the director of the Lufkin Parks and Recreation Department. I see a lot of faces that I've seen through the years, and I didn't realize this group was this big on these meetings. I'm an avid Facebook person. My ladies in the office, we got on Facebook about 3 years ago, and I don't know all that stuff. And so they got me all hooked up on that thing. Now I'm avid. I'm addicted to it. But I see that the live feed that goes on with this thing. And by the way, we have over 4,000 members on our Facebook. So it's amazing how people jump in on that. So, but anyway, I just want to say thank you for inviting me here to spread the word about the City of Lufkin Parks and Recreation, what we do for Lufkin. Our mission is to accomplish the leisure needs of citizens. That could go a long way, but a lot of citizens have every needs, and every department can say that what they accomplish or what they try to meet those needs, and we definitely try to meet those leisure needs. Our department was, we have 5 full-time, 1 part-time that works in our office. We have 20 in our maintenance division. That's, those numbers are misleading. 20 full-time, 8 part-time. The 8 part-time are during the summer when we have to do all our mowing. So we have to hire a bunch more people to work, and we have a part-time budget that we work throughout the year and try to make that work. 20 full-time right now, we've only got about 12 full-time. We've got 12 and 8 part-timers trying to work in those positions. We're like a lot of other departments in the city. It's hard to keep full-time people working nowadays. The pay scale, what they expect and what they want, going to other jobs, just something, the demands, the workforce now is just tougher these days. We have an advisory board that meets quarterly that I work with, that helps me make decisions, and when they have ideas, they're a liaison between me and the city council, Robert Schenkel and their group. This group here, they communicate, and we try to work things, in chain of command. We have 16 parks. People always say, why can't you keep all the parks up? We have 16, and when you start trying to keep up 16 parks, it's tough to do. Sometimes I say we got too many parks, and people say we need to build new parks here and there. That theoretically that could be good, but how do you keep them up? So we do what we can to keep those up. Like I said, every part of town has different type of parks. Our facilities, as you can see, we have a lot of facilities to maintain and keep up. Community centers. The second one there is a major problem we have in Lufkin, Texas, is we have one pool. It's not a very good pool, but it's at Jones Park. It hasn't been open over 3 years. And that's a problem we have in Lufkin, Texas. Yes, we have a Boys and Girls Club, but the kids and people live in this area have no place to swim. It's not my fault. It's not city council's fault. We can't get lifeguards. So that's something I challenge anybody and everybody. If someone wants to be a lifeguard, we put them to work and we try to open that pool up. But as you go through, we have lots of things to offer. People say there's nothing to do in Lufkin, Texas. We have lots to do. And it doesn't cost a lot of things to play tennis, to go play frisbee golf, to just go out and jog trails and things. But we're no different than any other city. Nowadays, it seems like kids, you have to guide them. You have to have something, provide them with the video stuff. Everything, they can't just go out and play on their own anymore. So it's a whole different spectrum of what we're trying to reach. But as you can see, we have a lot of different things in the different parks that we have. These are park reservations that we had in 2016. And the Chambers Center, Brandon Center, Chambers Park. Chambers Center is our most usually, these are where you pay to reserve the facilities. You got Chambers Center and Brandon Center. But Chambers Park is 402. When we put a spray play in that park, it enhanced it so much. Kiwanis Park is the same way. Jones Park has a spray play, but it's not used much as the ones up at the top. But as you can see, we have lots of reservations going on in our parks. The people call in and reserve those, and some of the people in the staff is always working trying to keep those up to date. Park maintenance does lots and lots and lots of things. Pesticides, mowing, clean up ball fields, delivery to stage. We do a little of everything. Mowing is our main thing that we have. We have 2 mowing crews with 16 parks. We try to get around the parks every 10 days. But when it rains, and then when grass gets knee deep, it doesn't look good. But like I said, we've always got machinery down, but they do a good job of moving through the parks and then intersections and highways and stuff like that. So we just don't mow parks. We mow right-of-ways. When they brought in, it's beautiful. 59 South. Beautiful. The trees and all that. But of course, Parks and Recreation, we get to take care of all that. So we pick up the trash. We have to mow it. And boy, that's a lot of work, because there's always trash coming out of those windows when people are, they're buying and helping our revenues, but they're throwing the trash out of the side. We have 650 acres of parks we have to mow and maintain, so that's a lot. We have 9 zero-turn mowers and 2 tractors and all that stuff, but trying to keep those running is a whole new. This is just a few pictures of this stage at the top. On the stage that over in Lufkin, we rent that out. It's used all over town for all kinds of events. So, but when we use that stage, we take a mowing crew, takes away from their mowing to go move the stage, and we move bleachers. You see at the bottom ballpark. That's one of our biggest things we do is softball, baseball and softball. We keep fields up galore. Moving trees, planting trees, and keeping them up. A few more things: pesticide spraying. keeping trails clean, you know, trying to keep trees and, you know, pruning them, doing all that stuff, make it work right. Areas mowed weekly. Now these, we keep them up. The library, civic center, we call it convention center now since we've got so much bigger. Bernal Park and City Hall, Business Park entrance out of 103. All those, we have a crew that goes around and every week they mow that. So some of those guys never get off the mower. They just mow, and weed eat, but that's what it takes to make Lufkin look good. These areas, we don't mow them quite as much because it's not a park, but right on the far side is out by Kmart. Kmart's still there, I guess. But we keep those up, and we don't mow as quite as normal, but as regular. But there's still a lot of acres to mow and keep up. Just some more pictures: 59 South, 94 Loop, 69 North. So we just don't mow parks. You know, I would say the street department need to do that, but we've been piled out. The street department has enough of their own stuff to do. So this is part of what Lufkin Park Recreation is in charge of. Park projects for the last 2 or 3 years, out at the zoo. There was a pavilion about to fall down out there for years, and we got funding, was able to build a new pavilion, and it's worked out very nice. Got a lot of good reservation, a lot of parties going there. 4th of July, houses kind of under that, so that works out well. The bathroom next to it, the old picture there, as you can see at the bottom, it was just a normal building. We took the rock look and re-rocked it and made it look we try to do a lot of stuff like that. We've done that with Brandon Park the same way. Parking lot, this is out at Morris Frank Park. When we got softball, football, baseball, and soccer. We didn't have enough parking, so they built that, and it really worked out well. Some more things: Morris Frank baseball field and sidewalks. We built a new field at the back. We call it Field 6. It's a high school age field, but we had to put sidewalks to it. Up there in the right-hand corner, we were able to build a new bathroom facility at the girls' softball. We were way behind the times, and so that's worked out well. But they weren't ADA compliant, so we came in and our crews did all this. Like I said, we poured concrete. We do a lot of different things this time of year when we can release all our people from the mowing schedule, and they can do sidewalks and do all kind of maintenance items. This is just a few more pictures of that new baseball field. I say new, it's 2 years old, but the dugouts, we put warning track around the field, we put new bleachers, covers, we poured the sidewalk up to the field. The problem with the field doesn't have lights, so we're limited on where we can play. We play Saturdays and early games, but to build that field, and a lot of these projects were CIP, capital improvement money that came in under budget. And the city manager and administration was able, nice enough to give Parks and Recreation money to spend there. But that field was probably 150-something thousand, and to put lights on it, you're probably looking at another 150,000. So when people say, why don't you go build a field and play ball, a field of dreams, which it is a field of dreams, because not everybody can go out and dig up $150,000, $300,000 to build fields. Kit Laconico, that's where we play all of our youth game. Well, we play youth tournaments by our adult softball. The complex was built in 2006. Never had air conditioning in the concession. So this last year, I made my concessionaires happy. We put an air conditioning unit out there so they don't burn up in the heat. So they actually liked it that day. The high school, when they put the new turf on the stadium out there, Coach Quick called a lot of different areas, and we were one of them. So we've got all this turf out here. If you've got ways and means to bring a big truck, and we'll load it. And so we put in 9 batting cages with all the baseball and softball with that turf that came off the stadium. I know Central, Hudson, all the surrounding areas use that turf. I was already looking at the turf because it was concrete on all these things. The players are still cleats and they're slipping and sliding and tearing up their balls. I'd already checked on just some generic, kind of like carpet turf that's not very durable. It was going to cost $30-something thousand if we had to purchase that turf. This here is about this thick, and you can't move it. I mean, it's got all the little black pebbles and stuff, but it's what they play football in. It's very durable, but don't tell what this would have cost. So the school district really did good, and now they've got new turf out there, and I think everybody's happy on that. Brandon Park. This is probably one of the best things that we've had since I've been there. That park it's been used forever, but it was an eyesore. Let's be honest. For North Lufkin, it was definitely an eyesore. That court there was horrible. and when we're playing basketball in, you had a pavilion down at the bottom that was no good, the playground equipment was outdated, everything in the park. So the city unloaded some money, CIP money, and it was shown on the master plan. 2009, we put together a master plan, and one of it showed we need to improve this park in every area, and we did. We teamed up with Coca-Cola and Brooks Brothers, built a new basketball court, new surface, new goals, put new lighting. We went in on the Brandon Center, we rocked it to make it look good. We put in a new pavilion, tore down the old one, put in a new one, and bought a really, really nice playground with shade on it. So it's, and you know, talking to Robert Shankle, that we redid a volleyball court, put some more lights up for volleyball, so it's a nice place that is used, and we're all proud of it. Here is a project that we started probably about 7 or 8 years ago. Bathroom facilities, they were horrible. And the prime example is down at the bottom, Hurdy Park. That's what that bathroom looked like before we went in on the right side and made it something you might want to go and use the bathroom. But we've done, and all these bathrooms, what we're going in doing, it's got all concrete, and hey, people are people. They pee on the thing, and it goes into concrete. We put epoxy on there. We wash it out. It just gives a whole new light of something. Right now, we're redoing Grace Dunn, but we went through every park, and that's the last one. We've almost finished it, but we still got to redo the floor. We've taken every bathroom facility in all the park system and redone everything. We repaint them, new lighting, ADA compatible, so they all look good. So, like I say, if you still can go to the bathroom, they may be dirty as heck, but at least, you know, on our part, you know, we can get around and clean them up, and they're nice to use. Lufkin Landscape Task Force, this is a group that I'm a member of, that they are always doing projects in Lufkin to beautify Lufkin. So, the top, the amphitheater next to City Hall, tremendous. That's $100-something thousand facility. It's not used much. People reserve it through our department, but people just don't use it. And so that's one of those things that maybe we're not doing our job to get the word out, to have musicals, to have events, church gatherings, whatever. But it's a beautiful facility. It's got a knoll that you can sit up on, and we were thinking that when we built it, we'll have some concerts and things like that, but it hadn't happened yet. But, you know, sometimes progress is slow. The bottom half is Gaslight Square, that there's 11 islands, and it doesn't look good over there. Well, part of it does, but we've gone to Lufkin Landscape Task Force, averaging about $9,000 or $10,000 per island, going through there, and we fixed 5 or 6 of them. As you can see, that's very pretty now. It used to be just like a desert through there. So, so we're redoing that. Also, the Angelina Rotary Club, we team up with them, and all these groups, you know, give us money to go out and do projects. With our disc golf course at Morris Frank Park, they gave money for tables and benches for Knoll Park, and then Allen Trout, they did the same thing over there for benches and trash receptacles. Okay. Leadership Lufkin, that's another group that has worked with us 2 or 3 years. Built a nice disc golf course out behind Morris Frank Park, and there's wetlands out there, and so we were able to team up together, and really, it's a nice thing that we've got 2 disc golf courses in town. One's at Kiwanis Park, and one is at Morris Frank. The one at Kiwanis, we call that the recreational beginner class. That you go there and you throw your discs and your frisbees, and it's real easy. This is like a real golf course. You go out there, it's going to take you several hours. The holes are way away, and you got traps, water traps, but if you've never seen it, a lot of people haven't heard, we do have a nature trail and all that out at Morris Frank Park. Got a nice body of water out there, the pavilion, and we built this around it. So trying to get more people to utilize their parks. Okay, Leadership Lufkin, another class, built as a dog park. That was on a master plan, showed that what are things that Lufkin's need. So they came in and paid, it's like $40-something thousand for, you got a small park and a large park, and this is Grace Dunn Richardson. We got a parking lot was able to put in next to it because it's a long walk to it. So now we got like a seven place parking there, and so you can just get your dog out. But it's used. I see a lot of people, you know, walk their dogs. I personally have my house. I've got a fence around my house, but not everybody. They live in apartments or places that just go out and meet your dogs, letting them, you know, be around other dogs. It's worked out very well. Jones Park Fishing Pier. You can have Robert Shankle back on this one, on this project. He was saying we need to get something done over there. This one on the left is what we had for probably 50 years, and it was about to fall in. You walk out, you just could be shaking like this. It wasn't safe, so we took it down because of safety, and so we came back with a state-of-the-art fishing pier that we have now that's like 50 foot out there, and when that water raises, that pier will raise with the water. Very nice, beautiful pier. It was such an attraction that now at Kirk Lake, they're putting in 2 of them out there just like it. So we definitely, you can see better except in our park there, over at Jones Park. Our Chambers Community Center is used every weekend throughout the year. We went and redid the cabinets and made that very usable. We had to put air conditioner on our boys' baseball, just stuff like that. That a lot of this stuff it costs money to exist. You know, $9,000 here, $15,000 here. A lot of times we don't budget, so we're pulling money, and the city's good about saying what's the need to make that happen. At the bottom, I don't know what year will ever happen, but the city at North Reggae, we own that, and our goal is to have an entrance into Morris Frank Park off of Reggae. Have a big entrance with a big sign. I don't know what day that'll happen, but right now you have to enter off Airport Avenue. A lot of little ways, you got kids and people playing all around there. So this would be a big entrance off a major corridor that would take you into the Morris Frank Park, where we do have our baseball and all our soccer stuff. A lot of our soccer goes on there. Same thing with CIP money. Tennis courts in Lufkin are not very good shape. You know, a lot of people, they play, what tennis play? They'll play at Crown Colony, or they'll go play at Livewell. We resurfaced 2 courts at Chambers Park, and they are nice. Lighting, the state-of-the-art courts now, and people play there all the time. So, you know, if you fix things up, people will utilize. When you have cracks like that, people are not going to play on that. So that's what we've done on that. The latest thing we just got through with is the walking trail in Ellen Trout Park. It's a crushed granite, goes on the backside of the trail. It's 1.1 mile. If a person wants to go out there, they can walk around the lake, the backside, and the whole thing's got trash receptacles and benches. People get tired, and but it's a great addition to the park in the city of Lufkin. So actually it gives us 3 trails. We got Kip McConico, we got the Zaya Trail, and now we got this trail. It's made possible by TxDOT. Had a grant there, and they're the ones who paid for that. And we furnished a lot of material to help out, but basically that came from them. At the bottom, I use the light here. Oh, here we go. For years, this is the lighting we had around the lakefront. I mean, that was like, you know what? And so we got money budgeted to us, and now all of our light poles are like this. They actually have electricity on them that we can, on 4th of July, it gives us vendors a chance to do some things there. This here was about to fall down, and anyway, we got them upgraded, so it's nice. 2017 CIP projects. We're right now with, I don't know if you've seen all the stuff going on about a skate park. There's also on our master plan to put a skate park in Lufkin. So first we're going to do modular, where they come in kind of prefab stuff, and the skating community, they didn't like that. So they got the council and the mayor, and the night of, they tabled it. Came back and said, hey, we want a concrete skate park. I'm not a skater. I don't know that much about skating, but I know this community wanted concrete. So we've, in the process now, we're putting in a nice, probably a 5,000-something square foot skate park. They're in the process of, we've gone in and dug out all the bad dirt and built a good foundation. And at the end of this month, the people that are building it, ARC, American Ramp Company, is going to come in, and 4 or 5 guys will come in, and they'll do all the building. They'll contract people here, the concrete people, to come out, and it's going to be a poured-in-place concrete skate park, so all the skaters should be happy with what we've got there. It's at Qantas Park. We took out some old tennis courts that were worse than you saw that picture of cracked up and all that, so we're not utilized. We've already got lighting. We've got a walking trail around it. You've got bathrooms, you've got water, you've got everything that they say you want a good common place where people can come skate. So I think we're offering the public that. Brandon Park restroom, we're in the process of building two for boys and, of course, men and women. Not a big bathroom, but it's something that they'll be able to use at the park. Because that park is used so much since we redid it, but we keep the center closed so people can't go to the restroom there. So now the city is investing in this, and they're in construction right now. The foundation's going up, and that's a project that should be finished here pretty quick. So that's pretty much what on the park side. Now we get to recreation. We have all kind of taekwondo, Zumba, dance classes, and things that go on throughout. This all takes place at our 90% takes place at our center at downtown. We have gymnastics, cheer, and dance. We have martial arts, line dancing. All these are pretty much all time. Every once in a while we'll have new classes, but these are pretty much the ongoing. The gymnastics is huge. Like you say, 740 kids took gymnastics last year. The lady in the middle there, she's one of the best we've ever had at teaching gymnastics. We used to, they get to a level, they were very good. We said, well, you need to go somewhere else. So now she teaches like 5 levels. You can get up to whatever. So we've expanded our program there, and but there's enough for everybody in town. There's all kind of good gymnastic studios and dance studios, and we're just another entity trying to do that. Youth sports, we have softball, we have basketball, we have kickball, volleyball. Well, volleyball didn't make this year, but we're 2 years into volleyball, youth volleyball, and it's not popular here in Lufkin. And we're hoping, work with the high school coach, and we do a lot of these sports. We work with the high school coaches trying to promote what do they think we need in Lufkin, Texas. And so we're constantly, picking and seeing what we need to do, but that's some things there. Lufkin Little League, we started this in 2012, and last year we had 75 teams, 1,185 players. That's probably our biggest youth sport that we have on that. We have youth kickball. This is hilarious. These are 3 and 4 and 5-year-olds that they actually get out there and kick it, but it's fun to watch them. They go to the wrong bases, and they'll run through first and keep on going out to outfield, and it's just, but they're having fun. And it's, even at this, Lufkin is a unique, I've had so many people work for me, they just can't believe it. When they come to Lufkin, Texas, it's all about winning. And it takes all the way through high school football back. It's all about winning. You get some out there at this age, mom and dad, they want to win. We don't keep score, but they know who won. I guarantee they do. So, but that's Lufkin. Now, that's LP, baby. We start them young. Lufkin Youth Softball Tournaments. We host 6 or 7. This year we got 9 on the books, but we host those, bring a lot of people into town. We have our annual Mizuno tournament every year in April, and it brings in all kind of teams. Give away some good awards. LCDB gives us, they give us tourism money to give away awards to try to draw people to Lufkin. So we continually try to offer more tournaments and give away more prizes. Adult sports, our biggest is adult softball. We have all kind of leagues. We're going to try this year to start some adult flag football program. I don't know if it'll hadn't made in years. We don't have adult basketball anymore. That used to be big. It's kind of died out. All kind of church leagues have died out. But adult softball, like Money in the Bank. Every year we run 4 leagues a year and get a lot of people playing adult softball. One of our things, same way I talk about youth kickball, we have adult kickball. And they get out there and have fun playing that. So it's, like I said, these all take place at Kit McConaughey Park. We have a wonderful park out there. It's a beautiful park. It's 200-something acres, but it's not all, probably 60 to 70 acres is utilized that we have to take care of. But you got a jogging trail out there, and you've got the softball fields, the soccer, and all that. Special events, we've got, we have Easter egg hunt every year. Of course, 4th of July. Sometimes we have fishing, some we don't. But this year we added, last year we added, it's been 2 years running, we've had called a daddy-daughter dance. And Lufkin did a great job covering that. But we had over 100 dads out there with their daughters coming to dance and just having a good time. So they covered it great. There's all kind of pictures in the paper and all that. And then something I didn't hit on is what we have in one of the things that master plan costs for Lufkin, Texas is more trails. But we have the Azalea Trail that people can walk on. We have going out the Lost Era Trail. It's more of a nature trail. And then the trail we have on the Azalea, it's 1.9 miles, extends 2 different parts together. I know Mr. Lawrence here, he walks and jogs the trail. And then we have the new one out at the zoo. So we're in good shape on trails. And then nothing kind of hitting on. I passed out these magazines, and we put these out like 4 times a year that has all the classes, what we have going, phone numbers. So It's just wealth of information. We got a new one coming out here in a few more weeks, so we constantly, with the zoo is not in this one, but the library and downtown Main Street, put stuff in there too. But we rent out facilities and parks, got our numbers in there, and, like I said, we've got 2 indoor facilities for reunions. We're the only place in town of course, the city can handle this, it's really affordable, $25 an hour. So everything else around town probably gonna be more than that. But that's kind of, in a nutshell, that's kind of what we do as a department. It keeps us busy, a lot of fun. Been there my whole life just about, and still enjoy it. The city has been real good about, like I said, taking CIP money and putting it back into parks and improving our parks. There's always room for improving anything you do, but like I said, we're striving to try to make the best we can. That's all I got. Any questions on anything?
I have a question, sir.
Okay.
I want to know, do you still have the lift at Lufkin Park? They had
We
a
don't have the
lift.
Western Park anymore. Swimming pool?
Yeah, they had a lift
we
for
filled that.
disabled people that was the only place in town you could go, like you just said.
We filled in that pool probably 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Oh, did they?
But we took that lift and took it over to Jones.
Oh, did they?
It's in Jones, but we haven't used it in 3, 4 years because the pool hasn't been open 3, 4 years.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike, for this. I want to ask, and linked to what you are saying, the issue about the lifeguards at Jones Park, what is the issue about that, and what can we do to make that happen?
There's several issues. It's getting people experienced to know how to swim, and they don't feel safe. They don't, I mean, the last time we were open, we had no problem with lifeguards over there. But just trying to get, like I said, I'm talking about responsible people that want to work. We can't get back to finish the summer. They'll start, even if we do get lifeguards, they'll get halfway into a day. They'll take a break, never show back up. I mean, it's the younger generation, sometimes it's hard to get people focused and want to work. It's an important job. So there's a lot of things that goes in why we don't, I can't give you an answer, but every year we contact the Boys and Girls Club, we do everything we can to try to get lifeguards. We don't get any bites. Another problem, it costs $155 to get certified. You don't have any other job out there that you have to go, if I want to go work for Parks and Rec and pick up trash or do maintenance stuff, you sign a thing, but you have to be certified and all the things goes in. The city will pay back when it's over. We will reimburse that person if they stay the whole summer. We have not paid back a person in 10 years because they can never finish what they started. So, I don't know the answer.
But that's important information. Thank you.
And when you have questioned these people, that's what they said, the reason why they left, they didn't give you a reason why they left, was it safety, or was it?
They sleep. The last time we were open, we had one guy left at a break, and another guy just walked off and never. We trained 7 people that year, and there was only 3 out of the Red Cross had been shot because they certified people couldn't swim. So I went out and tested them, and I wouldn't let them work, so we ended up with 3. And those 3, all 3 of them got fired or quit. And that's last year we were open. So so I don't know the answer.
And that's what the pay was?
We were $8 an hour, we upped it to $9 an hour last year. So you're not gonna find many summer jobs that you're gonna make that kind of money.
Right. Comment. When I was a kid, young adult and older teenager, I worked as a lifeguard, but the places always had some sort of a concession stand or some place that was in the shade where the lifeguards could hang out when they were in between, because the shifts were like half hour on, 15 off, or even 15 on, 15 off, and it would depend. But so out there at Jones Park, I mean, when I first heard about it at Impact Lufkin, my husband and I went out there, and it's like it's out in the middle, and there's nothing there for lifeguards would need to.
We put shade. You're right, exactly. There's no bathrooms. They can go next door to a little pavilion, but what we had before collapsed and fell down. It's so old. And we do put some shade up for the lifeguards. But you talk about the breaks and things. We try to get enough lifeguards that you don't have an organized shift session. That you get here and you get over there, and then at a certain time then try to take a break when you can. We'll shut the pool down for a little while, let them take a little break in the shade. But like I said, concessions, stuff like that, will work there or not.
Let me say something. One thing the city and Mr. Akridge they have did their job in trying to make sure that we get lifeguards at Jones Park. When we do have lifeguards, we have a kickoff. They do hot dogs, hamburgers, they do it all. And he's right, they hired the lifeguard, halfway through, they walk off. $8, $9 to just sit there and watch, they don't want it. And that put them in a predicament. We end up shutting the pool down early. And the community is reaching out. We going through organizations to reach out to get those lifeguards. On any given day, you have 60 to 70 kids coming to swim. Half of them have to sit outside because we are limited to the lifeguard.
About 30, size of the pool,
Right.
about 30 kids can only swim at a time.
And then they
30
rotate
people come
in and
in.
out. So it's up to the community to help get these lifeguards, because the city's doing what they're doing, and they're raising the pay, even security. So it's up to the community to make sure that we get the lifeguard and get it back open.
The last year we were open, the last 2 or 3 years that we were open, for years, we were missing the boat. We didn't have security out there. We have a gentleman that lives around the area that goes out there. He's been great. We got him, Larry Williams, worked out there. And if someone act up, he knew their mother, he knew their family. I'm gonna tell him what we didn't have a problem with that kid. So we accomplished that by having security that everybody felt safe. We had Robert and some of the other councilmen would come in and check all the time. We drive by the police, so we didn't have a problem. But it's hard to pat what happened years ago by throwing rocks and hitting lifeguards and gangs and beating up people. That follows a lot of stuff in North Lufkin, and it could do anything. But Jones Pool, the last 2 years we were open, we didn't have one problem. It was the guards that was the problem. So, all right, Sydney.
Okay, I'm gonna get back to Brandon, my side of town. I called, I was out of town for about 2 weeks, and I texted, cause someone called me, and they said, what's going on with Brandon Park? And I was like, what are you talking about? The construction of the bathrooms and stuff. Okay, some of the people that live around in that area, okay, I know the park closes at 10, but, you know, we have, people that don't wanna go home. They wanna sit up on the pavilion to 11, 12 o'clock. So the bathrooms, they are going to be unlocked, correct?
Yeah, they'll be unlocked, and
Okay.
it's one of those things that, and we've got to put that, you know, maybe we have locking mechanism. There's all kind of things now put in my head that you can lock things, say you can turn on lights. I can turn on lights in different parts from my phone. We might be able to lock the bathrooms down at a certain time. There's a lot of things we can do to try to keep, 10 o'clock that's a city ordinance. We want people out of the parks at 10 o'clock. So, you know, but.
It was just a question that was asked to
Sure.
me. And, I thought, since you were here, I would ask.
Yeah.
My second question is, has there been any talk or any concerning putting a spray park over at Brandon Park?
It's not big enough.
Okay.
That park is definitely not, there's no more room in that park for anything. And,
Well, okay.
and like I said, I was telling Robert before that park really is considered a neighborhood park.
Yeah.
That you can only add, that if you look at our credentials, but restrooms are not considered in a neighborhood park. But since we've added basketball, volleyball, it's bringing people in.
Right.
So yes, but no, a spray play would.
Okay, that's just almost like the, Glenn and Bessie Gamble little park. They're in front of JD's Hope Center.
Yes,
Yeah,
they're
okay.
so small that,
Yeah,
but
it's just a play area.
it's a play area,
Right.
but my gosh, it's a use play area.
Right.
It is nice, and I'm glad it's being used. Any other questions?
Have you, has there been any outreach to SFA or engineering to try to get some of their students interested in being a lifeguard?
Yes, we have. We've checked every method. I've gone personally, the last, 2 years ago, I went to Boys and Girls Club. They had, I don't know how many people in there, testing and doing all that. And I personally went around and asked people, and most of them just told me flat face, no, I would never go work over there. I won't work with her. So I can't change that.
And along with what Robert said is very true, because we are in several, well, almost every organization over here. And that conversation has came up in community meetings, in every organization that we're associated. And the thing is that the safety.
The safety.
They fear, because we do have some children that don't, and even with Mr. Williams being there, and he would discipline them and tell them, you banned from the food and stuff, because we kinda had like a neighborhood people that would go and
Sure.
just kinda watch and stuff. And most of the comments that we got was that the safety, it was the fear of the kids acting up, and some of those kids on a given day was very terrible.
Well, but day in, day out, back on the pool, definitely, the last 2 years we were able to open, we didn't, my office did not, in the aspect of calling the police department or something like that, he held it right on, and that was just like a couple of kids just being kids. So one, the gang related, the fear for your life type of situation. So, you know, it's just, you know, we can sit here and talk about it all day, and I don't know, but we do reach out, and maybe 2017 might be the year. We might get some guards, who knows? But the community, keep working toward what we're doing. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Have you done any follow-up with lifeguards who have come and gone to see exactly why they left?
Well, the last one, yeah, that 2 or 3 one year, and of course they weren't going to come back, and that really ruined them. I mean, they just got attacked. They what now? The ones that attacked, that walked off?
They just leave?
Oh, who knows what happened to those guys?
Well, you have their home phone number, you have some kind of contact
They,
information.
you can try to get a hold of them. They will not communicate with you once they. I mean, we had 1 year we fired all the guards because they've gotten fighting between themselves, pouring garbage, and another one's in their car. And we don't want those kind of back. It's no good to even really call those people because that's the kind of image you don't want back. And if a guy walks off this job, he just wants to be. Then one of them I know, his buddies kept, you know, you're trying to be the good guy, and they drive up in their cars and they sit out there. And one day, he just the pressure of his buddies, he left. So on that end. So.
I have a suggestion. One of the things you do, you might consider if we ever get lifeguards again, because what I'm thinking of is a communication issue, how to get a people relationship type of stuff, not just in a lifeguard, but how do you deal with situations, you know, when they may come up, you know, yourself, the work, you know, the other lifeguards, or even other people, community people. So maybe one of the training mechanisms may be that you know, test those people out and how well they do with people skills. Because a lot to do with anything that you're working with is people skills. You know?
Sure.
You know, you can be the best life, whatever, but if you don't have those people skills, so is that part of their interview or any part of?
We don't get a chance to interview. I mean, they don't. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, there's nowhere to start. I mean, they first get tested at the Boys and Girls Club test. They do a good testing of lifeguards. But no, they got to come up to City Hall and sign a dot at least to see who's even interested.
That's what I'm saying.
And I've gone in and even talked to the Boys and Girls Club, like I said, and they didn't want to come up there and sign the dotted line. They'd say, I'm interested in the City of Lufkin.
Yeah.
So I don't know where.
I'm just talking about going forward. If we get some lifeguards interested again.
Yeah. We do have some interested that will come up there and say, hey, I want to be a lifeguard, but then we never hear from them again. We can even call them and say, but they come up to City Hall and look at different jobs, and they start, well, I'm going to sign up for street department. Oh, here's Parks and Recreation, here's lifeguard. Hey, that sounds pretty cool. I'll put my name down. And then we tell them, well, you got to get certified. We're going to give you these dates that you need to go to the Boys and Girls. They never show back up. So, any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank y'all so much. Enjoyed talking to you, smiling faces, and like I said, our number's there. If you need anything, always give us a holler, and we're glad to try to work for the community. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. And we'll get him back so that we can have some further conversations, because I know that's important to the community from what we've learned thus far. At this particular time, I've asked Ms. Hyde if she'll just beg our pardon just for a little bit. And we're gonna have Dr. Oliphant and also I think Ms. Wilma Cordova. We want you to come forward and just talk about the upcoming projects that we're going to move forward with our appreciative inquiry.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for being here every week. We really appreciate it. And I want to say thank you very much for helping us with the appreciative inquiry. You are really helping us to get our information that we need to give to the community and to give to the Temple Foundation. It's very important that if people call you to participate in the key informant interviews that we are busy with at the moment and the focus group, to just help us with that. We've really done a lot of work. Now we are going to have several events that we have planned and we've talked about for a while. And one is the walk through the community, and we decided that February, since it's Black History Month, we will respect that and we'll have a walk through the community. We've talked about that for a long time, and we really want you to participate in that. There's another event that will be in March, and that event is a community conversation cafe, and we'll send you that information. And we want to bring all of the community members, all of the partner agencies and the leaders together and share some of our results, our data, our information with them, and validate that information and have discussions about that. So we'll tell you more about that later. At this point, I want to talk about the volunteers and the SFA faculty and the students, the Angelina College students, as well as the SFA students that will help us to walk through the community. Ms. Cynthia is helping me to put together a group of volunteers from the community that will help us and that will walk through the community. What we are going to do is we are taking the maps of Ward 1 and 2, and we will go and knock on every door in the community. We have a survey, and we are going to ask questions on that survey. We'll also have that survey available on SurveyMonkey, so people who don't have time that are at their offices, they can just do it on SurveyMonkey. But we will walk through the community, knock on doors, ask questions, and of course, it's voluntary. If people feel they don't want to do that, please feel free to just tell us that. We'll ask questions, and then we'll come back if people are not there. So the whole month of February, we will have SFA faculty, we will have volunteers from the community, and we will have our Angelina College students as well as SFA School of Social Work students and other students who will be doing that. If you want to volunteer and help us with this, please talk to me, talk to Ms. Cynthia. After this meeting, I will have a short conversation just with the volunteers that Ms. Cynthia asked. And thank you to so many of you who volunteered and who will be here. And we'll just talk about a time because we really have to do a training. According to our rules at the university, we have to have a specific training to tell the volunteers and everybody involved how to do that. Ms. Cynthia, do you want to say something about that? I'm putting you on the spot. I really appreciate all your help with getting a volunteer group together.
Okay, I have some of the volunteers here today, and like Dr. Oliphant said, we are working on the appreciative inquiry. I'm part of the research team here at Impact as a volunteer, and I'm just glad to see everyone. And like she said, if you don't feel that you need to participate, that's okay. But we need everyone in the community, as many as we can get, because we are North Lufkin. I am a product of North Lufkin. I was born and raised here. So we need the input so we can get these projects going. And if you have any questions, you can contact me here at Impact. And I don't have any cards, but you can get my cell and then Kelly and can get in touch with me if need be. But thank you all for coming. I've asked to come to help us with this project.
And can I just say something? And I'm really thrilled about the walkthrough because we've been here about a year and we spread out a lot of information. We received a lot of information, but we really need to go to a different layer. We have got to go deeper to the folks who still don't know about Impact Lufkin, still doesn't know about the research that we're going through. So we are hoping that our goal is that going through the community and walking through the community and talking to folks who don't normally come to meetings like this, who may for some reason feel maybe that they're not welcome or they're not a part of that. So we want to make sure that we are going to a deeper level and that we're going to be able to touch a lot more folks by going through the walk through the community. So we're excited about that, and so we're asking any participation from the community to assist us. We have 4 wonderful Angelina College interns that are with us, and we also have 5 Stephen F. Falston MSW interns that are absolutely wonderful, and they're going to be assisting us also.
There is also going to be a survey that is different from the survey to the community residents. That is a survey to the partner agencies, and we'll get that out to the partner agencies. I've talked about that several times. I just want to mention also that the children's art project that we are going to analyze their dreams and their pictures about art, Mr. Lola is starting with that to get that information. They've been in contact with the teachers over a long period of time, and they're going to do an art project. Once we have started with that project, I'll give you feedback on that. I asked Ms. Wilmot to speak to us. We have this announcement in English and we have it in Spanish, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the importance of when we go to the homes to understand the context of that. Thank you, Wilmot. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Yo voy a hablar en español y también en inglés. I will speak also in Spanish and then in English. It is, I know that people assume it's easy to do that, but it's difficult. Especially for me, and I've studied other languages, Portuguese and French, so sometimes I get a little confused, but it's important to be able to speak in the languages in which you live, in all communities. Entonces voy a hablar en inglés y también en español. Es poco difícil para mí para hablar los dos idiomas en el mismo tiempo, pero es importante que todos los que viven en esta comunidad tienen una voz. Entonces voy a hacer lo mejor yo voy a hablar de mi corazón. Yo soy España, vengo de ese Nuevo México y yo soy también tejana. Hace como 20 años que vivo aquí, entonces soy tejana también, yay. I hail from New Mexico, but I'm also Texan. I have lived in Texas for 20 years. En Nuevo México hablé mucho en español porque todos mis clientes eran españoles y hablaban en español. Y ahora hace como 20 años porque mis estudiantes no hablan en español. Hay unos pocos, pero no muchos. In New Mexico, I spoke a lot in Spanish. A lot of my clients were Spanish, but now that I've been here 20 years, my students, very few of them speak Spanish, so I haven't had the opportunity to speak Spanish often. So me encanta tener esta oportunidad para hablar en español. Gracias por estar aquí. Muchas gracias. Yo quiero que toda la comunidad en Lufkin tienen una voz. Entonces, los jóvenes, me encanta verte. I'm happy to see a young man here. Entonces, necesitamos que más jóvenes vienen para estas juntas. Okay, so por favor, habla con sus amigos y amigas. So please speak with your friends and invite them to the meetings. Quiero hablar ahora de un proyecto. Yo creo que Emily ya habló con usted de este proyecto, pero yo veo que María está aquí, también habla en español. Hay otros que hablan en español. Are there more people who speak in Spanish here?
Well, we're almost there.
It's not. Qué lindo para hablar dos idiomas, ¿no? Es muy lindo. It's so special to be able to speak. Dr. Lufkin speaks Afrikaans. Y habla en otro idioma que se llama Afrikaans, la doctora Lufkin. Entonces es muy lindo para hablar los dos idiomas. Y yo sé que los hispanos que viven aquí quieren hablar en inglés, ¿no? No es que no quieren. And I know that here in this community, in the United States, that the Hispanic community would love to speak English. And they learn, they work very hard. Imagínate que vive en un país donde no habla el idioma, ¿no? Es difícil. Okay, entonces it's very difficult to live in another country where you don't speak the language. Okay, now I'm going to talk really fast. Okay, quiero hablar de ese proyecto porque ese proyecto va a dar la voz para todos que viven aquí en esta comunidad. Yo sé que ahora es muy difícil en estos tiempos para los hispanos y me siento muy mal de eso. I get really emotional when I talk about the fact that it's so difficult for people to live in this country in fear. Okay, and that's just the world we live in right now. And it hurts my heart. Me siento más cuando gente que tiene que vivir aquí con miedo, muy mal, y más los niños que no tienen una voz. Si tiene corazón, usted va a sentir mal también para saber que hay unos niños que llegan a la casa y los padres ya no están. Y eso está pasando. I know for a fact that children return home. I think Patrick wants to. Children return home to an empty home because the parents have been deported. I have had calls where parents have called me and asked me, will you take our children if we're deported? Their children are American citizens. Their children are citizens. Okay, entonces, el proyecto Impact Lufkin quiere hacer a lo mejor para todos que viven en esta comunidad. Quiere que todos viven en paz y con el justo. Okay, nadie va a trabajar o ir a sus casas que no quieren eso. Okay, todos van a ser empáticos. Okay. Bueno, en este proyecto, los voluntarios, los trabajadores, las maestras y los estudiantes van a caminar en la comunidad, ir a su casa y hablar con ustedes. Van a hablar de sus deseos, esperanzas y sus sueños. Es importante que todos tengan la oportunidad de hablar y tener esta oportunidad. ¿Okay? Yo sé que ahora va a ser difícil a tener confianza. ¿Okay? Pero por favor, necesitamos a decirles que nadie va a ir a su casa que no tienen simpáticos y malos intenciones. Yo sé que es difícil a tener extraños en su casa, pero este proyecto va a ser más con mucha compasión, ¿ok? Entonces, los guías, va a ser muy importante que los guías y los que viven en las comunidades, las comunidades donde la gente tiene confianza como ustedes, ayúdanos, ¿ok? Si es más mejor a ir a una parte afuera de las casas, entonces díganos, ustedes son los expertos, ¿ok? Díganos cómo hacerlo mejor. Estamos aquí para escuchar. Ok. Now I can't remember everything I said. I'm talking about the project, how important it is for everyone to have a voice. How important it is for people to go to your home and talk to you. However, the Hispanics are the experts in the community. It's important for everyone to live in peace and without fear. And that's what this project is about. It's to be inclusive of everybody and to hear all voices. Okay, so I'm telling them that the people that we're going walking through the community together, and those who come to your door, to your homes, will be compassionate and understanding, and that we are there to help. However, if it's better that we not go to their homes, they are the experts, they need to tell us what is best. Entonces, yo creo que pregunta, ¿me pueden ayudar?
Y cuando vaya uno a sonar a las puertas a la comunidad, a tocar a las puertas, ya nos van a decir aquí lo que tenemos que hacer, ¿verdad?
Sí, oh, ok. Sí, gracias para decirme. Van a completar como una encuesta, ¿okay? Muy chico, muy breve. Y luego también Los vamos a contarnos en palabras de sus sueños para la comunidad, deseos y esperanza. Y también los retos y impedimentos. ¿Ok? Es voluntario y privado. No los vamos a hacer. ¿Y cómo te llamas? Y no es necesario saber su nombre. ¿Ok? Sí, dígame.
Quizá a veces no es muy fácil encontrar personas que vayan de casa en casa
Yo sé.
porque trabajan. Y
Ok.
además, cuando lleguen, posiblemente no encuentren a la familia. Se puede ayudar en nuestras celebraciones comunitarias cuando reunimos al pueblo de parar, decir, vamos a hacer un esfuerzo todos, que si en mi caso después de la misa o grupos que tenemos, a llenar
¿Cómo que no?
por familia
Seguro que
con la
sí.
encuesta y tenemos más facilidad.
¿Cómo que no? Es muy importante saber eso. Gracias por decirnos. He says, both have said it's going to be very difficult to go door to door because, of course, it's socio-political, but also, more importantly, because people work. And so, what Father is saying is that couldn't we reach people in masses? For example, when they're together in town at the churches and after church, after particularly his masses, the Spanish masses, couldn't we reach the people that way?
Thank you, Father, thank you very much for saying that. We've done all of that. We go to the events, Joe and Emily and Cesar Rodriguez and Wilma's helped us with that. But now we want to give the individual community members an opportunity. So we do go to the big events. We've been doing that. And then you've helped us a lot with the conversation cafes that we have. We continue to have at the next one. Emily is planning the next one, Emily and Joe and Wilma, and it's February the 27th. So we keep on doing that. But we definitely want more of your input. So we are doing that. Did you want to say anything else about that?
And that's what, okay, okay, no puedo decir, voy a decirlo otra vez, está muy importante que la comunidad de España está incluso en este proyecto, okay, para el justo, para hacer mejor su comunidad, muy importante.
Padre, ¿entendiste que lo que dijo la señora? Respondo de su pregunta.
Sí,
Sí, más o menos van a continuar a usar las iglesias y las misas para sacar información, pero este es otro paso, más o menos, para buscar gente que a lo mejor que no va a la misa o que más o menos no están en la comunidad.
y quizás nosotros podríamos también invitar a algunos líderes de nuestra iglesia para que ayuden.
Oh, sí, cómo no. Eso es muy importante. Y así cualquier persona que quiere participar van a dar un programa antes de que vamos entre la comunidad, de qué es lo que vamos a decir, qué va a ser la manera a sonar la puerta, también en los peligros y todo eso. Vamos a estar entrenados.
La maestra va a tener clases para enseñar a todos que van a trabajar con este proyecto. Entonces, sí, ella dice que sí está bien, que ustedes pueden querer a otros gente hacerlo, está bien. Okay, ella va a comunicar con ustedes.
Thank you, Wilma. Thank you very much. You had a question, Jason?
Yes, I'd like to encourage people to come to that meeting, but what day of the week is that?
Well, Emily, do you want to?
Okay, so we're having a Spanish event. It is Monday, February 27th, right here at Impact Lufkin from 6:30 till 8:30 at night. I encourage people, It is going to be held in Spanish. However, I encourage people, even if you don't speak Spanish, come out and support your local community. Come out and support your neighbors, your friends, those that we already are going to see, so that way, what they're saying is so that way we can involve everybody. Because there are a lot of people who speak Spanish who come to, like for example today, to meetings where they may not understand what's going on. So it's very important that those who don't speak Spanish also come to some of our Spanish meetings, because over time, what that does is that helps us unite. And then we can move forward with this Project United. So February 27th, 6:30 p.m., Impact Lufkin.
So what we need at this time is volunteers to help with the walk through the community. And Father said that he's going to bring his parish together, and they will also help us. And we need that, and we need to get the word out that we are doing that. So we have a lot of flyers in Spanish and English. Just help us to get the word out. Thank you very much. You've given us a lot of information so far that we can give to the Temple Foundation, that we can give to the community, and that's what we want to do. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Lala, for the time.
All right. Are there any questions? And we do have some flyers in Espanol, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. She is almost there. All right. And I give my apologies to Ms. Carla. I love you so much. And because our meeting has run over just a little bit, and she was so gracious to say, I will present at another time, so we thank you very much. So is there any information, Joe, that you would need to share?
Yeah, a couple of things. One of the things we've learned through the Christian Inquiry, the Hispanic community is wanting immigration services. We've been on that for a few months. The LEO is the national alliance that does facilitate these types of workshops, and we're in the process of hopefully getting them to come down and do a workshop here in Lufkin. And you know, I know immigration is a hot topic right now, and what's important about immigration workshops like this is we help facilitate the process of a person becoming a United States citizen. Most people have waited 10 years, maybe even 15. It's a long process, and it's a costly one. It's about, you know, $1,000 per application. And so this workshop is designed to prepare them for the process, as well as taking the exam. The exam is very difficult, and they have to take it in English, and they have to speak English. And so what happens a lot of times, folks do not have the opportunity to go through this exam, and they show up, they pay their application, and it comes time to take a test, and they fail it because they don't speak English, you know, proficiently enough to pass the exam. And that's $1,000 gone to some families that a lot of times, you know, would need that money at home. So it's an important workshop, and we're working to get that here hopefully in the spring. So, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in closer events, you know, once we get a firm, you know, a date. The other thing is we're going to publication on our newspaper. Friday will be the last day tomorrow to get something. I got spot for about 2 articles, and we're 100, you know, 200-word articles. If you want to get it in, this next paper, we're going to have Jaworski Lane is going to be our feature article. It's going to be Lane of Hope, and that's something Mr. Schenkel's involved with. And this itself, it's a great program. But that's all I got.
All right, excellent. All righty, Robert, did you have anything?
I want to get from Ms. Paula.
Ms. Carla, she said she's not gonna present it.
She's not going to present that?
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah.
But I want to come back.
Yeah, you have a free card pass. And we're hoping you make it come back next week.
I'm going to ask one thing.
Go ahead.
Because I attended a meeting yesterday on East Texas Charitable Giving Day.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if your nonprofits are aware of that day, or that organization that's out of Tyler, but they are working on they have a date. They did it last year in Angelina County, and that was 32 counties. They raised nearly $500,000, and they're looking for people who want to be a part of it. And I can bring you that information.
Can you bring
think
that?
they're signed up.
Okay.
And the deadline to sign up is February 15th. United
Okay.
Way has nothing to do with it except to tell you
I promise you'll be first. But that is good information, and I wanted to tell you about a trip that we're making to Tyler. I don't know if you're able to go, but I can get with you a little bit later. Robert.
Yeah, I want to get my space because I'm gonna make you 9 away for it. I didn't want to get no flashback on it. February 13th, we're gonna have our community talk, and we're gonna have one of our locally, Marco Morales. He's with AFLAC. And then we're gonna have an update from SFA on part of the Increasing Inquiry. And then a lot of people don't even know we have a Citizen Chamber of Commerce that we have in our community, and the president is Alex Alexander. And then we have an update from the Temple Foundation, and we have started back in since November. We're giving away door prizes. And so we come out of our own pockets and get door prizes, you know, to have some incentives, because we know people are busy at night. And for you to come out and give up your time and to come and give your input on what you want to see done in the community. The community is hungry for this project. And like I always say, if we had started something 2 months later, it feels a little way. We are a year and a half into this project, and it's steady growing. You can see this every Thursday morning. And you come to the community talk, it's steady growing. The community has hope, found it, and we see it. So we have to make sure that we follow through with it. The community follow through with it. We have to make sure of that. And so we hope you come out on February 13th. Also, March the 11th, hosting an event called Bridge the Gap. That's going to be with the community, the police department, and the other agencies. We know that we've been having a problem with the police officers, different issue, but we don't have it here. But we want to step ahead of it before it does come here. So March 11th, we will have a big event at Winston Park. And it'll be the police department, the community, and other agencies. We have free food, games. We plan on having a bike obstacle course for the kids and stuff. And we know a lot of kids, they got bicycles for Christmas and different things. The police department does not have a database for bicycles. So we're gonna start a database where everybody can register their bikes in case they get stolen. And we'll start that, so we're gonna give away bicycle helmets and different things like that. And all the other thing, the city is, we're working on our comprehensive plan for the city. And we hadn't did one since 2001. And so we are getting together and discussing how we can move forward and make the community a better place for everyone. Not just the older people, the younger folks, the middle folks, everyone, the family, the kids, everybody. So we are moving forward and improving the city. And the city is finally opening their eyes up on what the community wants. And we're gonna try to meet those needs. And so that's another thing that we're working on. But I just want to say, everybody get involved. Stay involved. We need everyone input. Because at the end of this process, we don't want to say, well, they didn't talk to me, they didn't hear what I want to say. We're going to give everybody a chance to do that. So if a volunteer comes to you, asks you what's your thought, write it down. So it'll be in a report. You can say you have a part of making that happen. This is a community effort. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
What time was it?
Yeah, what time was the bridge?
We're still working on what time it's gonna start. We're still in the process, but I just want to put it out there so everybody go ahead and put it on the calendar.
March 11th.
March 11th. Yes, at Winston Park. Yes.
Esther had a question.
No, I have a question, but I wanted to make another
Okay.
announcement. The Bureau partnered with some other organizations, and we're having a Black History program at the Long Chapel Methodist Church on February 20th and we're inviting everyone to come down. Texas College will be performing that night.
All right, thank you very much. Did you have?
Yes, we just want to make a quick comment. We can't speak directly for the Lufkin Pilot Club, but we are involved with the Lufkin Pilot Club, and it's based, the main issue is on the traumatic brain injury, so now I'm not talking about East Texas Food Bank. Anyway, when you mentioned about the bicycle, that's what got our attention, because maybe we can partner, because we have helmets and things, but we can't speak for the whole chapter.
We did helmet, we would normally sponsor a bicycle rodeo, is fit helmets to children to make sure that they're fitted properly and give away helmets.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
That
that's right.
would be a good connection. Okay. Ms. Laura, Mr. Wynn, did you guys have?
I don't have anything, but I think Lynn wants to say
Okay.
something.
Oh.
Good morning. Good morning. I've never been on Facebook Live. My name is Wynn Rosser. I'm president, CEO of the TLL Temple Foundation. I've been at several of these meetings. I've spoken at one of the community talks back in December, but I've never spoken here. So I want to take a few minutes this morning just to make you aware of a few things that you may already be hearing about. The work that Councilman Schenkel talked about this morning that's been going on for 16 months. We have learned a lot. We will continue to learn. We talked about walking door to door in February, the February 27th event. That work is necessary and it will continue. So you'll continue to see the SFA team and the researchers in the community here. We haven't learned everything that we need to yet. But at the same time, we've learned enough to start engaging other leaders in the community and asking them to come to the table and start working on plans and determining ways that we can work together going forward. This is called Impact Lufkin. It's about North Lufkin, but it's also about the entire city. So it's time for us to convene the steering committee again, to bring them back to the table. You know, the Councilman Schenkel and Councilwoman Bonner wants to be involved. The mayor, the city manager, CHI, school district, the college, and the list goes on and on. As I've been getting around for the last 5 months talking to people, they want to be involved in this. They understand the importance of it, and they understand that the community-driven nature of this is unique and it's special. So you'll be hearing, perhaps in the next few weeks, about us bringing that steering committee together. We want you to know about that. We want you to know that the other leaders in the city are excited about engaging with the work that has been going on and starting to do some things. And so I talked to the mayor earlier this week, and he's very enthused about it. And so as you hear about those things, if you have questions, if you have concerns, if there's things you want to know about, you can always ask Laura or Emily. They're here just about every week. I'll be in and out. But don't let something go unasked if you have a question or if there's something you want to know about, because that's one of, again, the things that's really unique about this is that you have this forum to make sure everything's understood. And again, that the excitement and the enthusiasm that you see here and as that you get as the researchers are in the community, that we start translating that now to others in the community who need to be engaged and who want to be engaged so that we can go forward together. So I know we're running late. There'll be other times that we can talk about this more. But I didn't want this moment to go by since there's such great attendance this morning. We've got people watching live on Facebook to let you know that that's the point that we're at now. And the foundation, again, is very encouraged as a partner to have something that has so much traction as Impact Lufkin has. It's like a snowball rolling downhill. And I think we're now at a time to let the snowball get bigger and bigger. Thank y'all.
Also, guys, everybody remember that we have Spanish class every Tuesday at 6 p.m. right here at Impact Lufkin. A lot of the people in here are in our Spanish class. People seem to be learning a lot. So please come out. And then also just remember the Spanish event, which is February 27th. And those of you that are in the Spanish class, as part of your homework, you have to attend that event. So.
All right, thank you. And we're about to close. Just a few announcements. Those of you all who attended the grant writing training. Thank you all for coming. We had a great venue. We had Mabel Cannons, Mr. Self, myself, and the ones that were not able to make it, if you want those materials that we passed out, then just talk with that lady right there, Miss Kelly, and we can get you that information also. We passed out this also at the grant writing training. This is a scholarship application, well, it's a scholarship opportunity for seniors to write an essay to $3,000 for Brookshire. So if anybody wants this, Miss Kelly is going to have that, and then she can give you a copy of that also. May 13th, we're going to be having adult vision screenings here. The Lions Club is going to be coming from 9 to 1 o'clock. And so we want to get our seniors, our adults out that may want vision screening to come there. March the 8th, we will be hosting Mission Possible Conference, the mental health conference that we have every year at Stephen F. And that will be March the 8th, 2017. Let's see, is there any other announcements? Any other thing that you can think of, Dr. O, that we need to?
I just had a question because people are asking me, and since Dr. Rosser is here, can you just give an idea of who on the steering committee? Because people are asking me, and I don't know exactly what to say, so we just want to ask you that. If you can give us clarification about that.
We'll send you a list. That's something that's easily communicated on the list.
Okay.
Can we then make a copy of that list and give out to everyone?
Yeah,
Is that okay?
it's,
Okay, okay.
It's the same people that have always been on.
I just don't have the list, but people are asking, contacting me.
Oh, sure,
asking me,
absolutely,
So
yeah.
I just want to get that list. So, but thank you very much for that.
Okay.
I think you said you have a
Right,
question.
I was wanting to know which local residents in 1 and 2 are represented, average citizens who have lived in this neighborhood many years, who know the needs of the community. How many of those people are on your steering committee?
About half the steering committee is made up of people that live in North Lufkin, Wards 1 and Wards 2. Again, we can get you the list, but it's, they're community residents that were on the list and on the steering committee previously and remain on the steering committee.
Average folks.
I don't know how you define average folk, man, but there are residents of Wards 1 and Wards 2 on the steering committee.
And just to clarify that, when SFA, when we got involved, we were invited on board, there was already a steering committee in place that started doing some of this work.
And that is the same steering committee?
Yeah. But I think Ms. Ruth wanted that list.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Thank you.
All righty, you guys. Once again, we really appreciate you. Facebook world, thank you for listening to us for an hour and a half. Before we go, I want you all to send your prayers and thoughts out. If you could remember Ms. Pam McLean, who used to come out. She was a student intern here also. But her brother, you may have heard it on the news, her brother and her mom her brother and her mother were the ones that flipped over into the water. You may have heard about that. And the brother drowned. And the mom held on to a stump for 2 hours. She was, I think, about 84 years old. And but the mom is doing fine. Of course, she's got some mental things, going on with her. But the brother did pass. And so y'all just keep Miss Pam and her family in your thoughts. And we love you, Miss Pam. So if that's all, you guys, thank y'all for your patience. We did run over a little bit this morning. And so you all feel free to network. Thank you. Adios.